Hi, friends. How are you today? It's Peggy Noe from prettypapercards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with my little Yorkshire Terrier, Ellie, and we're going to make cards today. In fact, I have a little 3D project today. We're going to do two things today. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. So let me confirm. I know since I've got a comment there that I must be on live, but let me just confirm on my. Yep, here we go. I think I just have to see it. Renee, good to see you. Good to see you, Renee. How is your Friday going for both of you? Have you had a nice Friday? Oop, I've got noise. I have to quiet this down. This is my phone. Of course it's pink, you know that. But this is how I tell if we're live. And I can see, oh, this is a cute bundle. The sweet jar bundle. Yes, it is a very cute bundle. I have to put a couple of you are on YouTube. Roz, good to see you. Debbie, good to see you. Yes, we're going to play today with the sweet jar bundle. It's brand new. It's an online exclusive. Thank you, Karen. And it will go live to customers on the 6th of May, Tuesday the 6th of May. But we're gonna do some sneak peeks today, okay? Renee is done and home in time to watch you. Thank you so much. That's sweet. So here in San Diego County, it's cool and cloudy. It's been in this mid 60s, which for us is cool and cloudy. I was trying to take some pictures of the projects we're doing today, and I was having a little trouble because it's so cloudy. Linda, good to see you. We went for a ride today. I'm going to make some of you jealous who are outside of California. We went and got In-N-Out Burger for lunch. Yes, we did. And Ellie got to go. She had a few nibbles of French fries, a couple of tiny nibbles of French fries. And I love In-N-Out Burger. I really do. I'm not really a big hamburger person, but I like their hamburgers. They're fresh, and I really, really love their French fries. I could just sit and eat a whole pack of French fries. Are you falling to sleep, baby? Cloudy and high 50s. It may rain tonight. Rain is good. Rain is very good. So that's what we've been doing today. Is we were out and about and had a nice lunch. In-N-Out is moving to Tennessee. Oh, the headquarters? Okay. Well, I hope Tennessee gets a lot of In-N-Outs. Hi, Cindy Reed. Good to see you from Canada. Lori Mantovi, you don't have In-N-Out Burger on the East Coast. I know you don't. You need to fly to Southern California and get one. Ashland, Oregon. Karen, do they have it in Ashland, Oregon? I don't know if they I don't know what. I think they moved in. They have some in Arizona. I know that. It's just a good company. I mean, you can get great hamburgers anywhere. It's just kind of a deal here in Southern California, and it's inexpensive. That's the one good thing. So for the hamburger and French fries, it was around $7. Cheeseburger. Hello, Tracy from Connecticut. We're talking about hamburgers. We're talking about In-N-Out burgers. Yeah, so they're not super expensive as some go. Cindy, you're on your husband's work road trip. I saw some pictures on Facebook. It looks like you're having a good time too. I think Ellie is kind of tired from her trip. She gets real, anxious when we're out and about in the car. Oh, in Medford. Okay, good, Karen. They have it in Medford. So they do have it up in Oregon. I knew they were expanding, which they should, because there's always a line. I mean, we had to wait like 15 minutes in line, but we did go at lunchtime. We were in the car. Roz, we would go to In-N-Out when we visited son and daughter-in-law in Riverside and San Diego. Yep. The dog is cracking. You're cracking me up. You're cracking me up. You're wanting to take me out. Well, we have two projects today, so I don't really want to waste too much time. Connecticut, yes, Carol, gorgeous weather. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. Well, you know what I've been making? She really wants to take a nap. Okay, I'm going to put you down. You can go take your nap. She got tired from the little, whoops. Oh, my necklace fell off. Oh, that's interesting. This little guy fell off. Okay, so we'll just take it off. I might not have put it on right. I like that necklace, but I wondered if I sealed it, if I clicked it correctly, so I guess I didn't. Okay, done. Your kids always ordered from off the menu. Yes, there's a thing. In fact, we heard someone ordering it today called, let's see, animal something, where it's like they put all the stuff just on top of the bun. They just throw it on top of the animal something. That's not me. I'm a hamburger. Yes, 2 projects. Hi, Georgia. Okay, so first I want to show you something I did yesterday. It didn't take me all day at all. It only took me a few hours. In case you were wondering, this is a new kit. I put it in my own little jar here. It's a flower bouquet. It's called Paper Bouquet Kit. And I had a lot of fun making it. Now, you do have to like using a glue gun, because it does take a glue gun. But the instructions are easy, and these are almost tissue paper. You get everything pre-cut, and all you do is put it on these wires. They have plenty of wires, like twice as many. Hi, Julia. Twice as many wires as I needed. And it pretty much shows you how to do it, and there is a video online from Stampin' Up showing you exactly how to do these. And it's available now. Again, it's called Paper Bouquet Kit. They are beautiful. And it comes in this flat box, kind of a nice flat box, bigger than a paper pumpkin box. I actually like the box. I'm going to be saving the box. But it's really a nice bouquet. And I think I might clip some of these, clip the wires, and put them on my wreath, because you know how I like to decorate? I have this wreath in my room, and I'm thinking of clipping some of these and attaching them to my wreath in my craft room for spring and summer. So if I do, I'll post that and I'll show you. Georgia, it's a great bouquet. Again, I would only say it took me probably 4 or 5 sticks of glue. It's all put together with a glue gun. So you have to know that. Doesn't use any other adhesive, just a glue gun. But there it is, back in the vase. It's very, very pretty, very springy, really cute. I really like it. So, okay, there's that. Now, we need to talk about, do you guys, I'm sure most of you know, today is the last of the 3 days for free shipping. Someone wrote down that shipping is 11%. I'm not a numbers person anyway, but I know generally on approximately $75, $76 order, it is something like $7.95 from Stampin' Up. So you're saving approximately 10 or 11%. So if you haven't taken advantage of the free shipping, you have until tonight at midnight Mountain Time to order online. You can order in, I would love it if you would order in my online store. It's prettypapercards.com/shop. Very easy. Stock up on cardstock. That's what I've been telling everyone. It's going up from $11 something to $14 per pack of cardstock. And I think it has 24 pieces of cardstock in it. They haven't gone up for a long, long time, many years. And so that, as far as I know, is the only individual like supply item going up, but it's kind of worth it to stock up and get the free shipping. So midnight tonight Mountain Time is the last of the free shipping. Then my product shares, paper shares and ribbon shares. And I love paper shares because you get a quarter package of every new designer series paper in a stack, and from me, and I put it together by hand. You're going to get this time 100 6x6 pieces of designer series paper, some of the new online exclusives and all the ones in the catalog. And it's only $40, which includes shipping. So it's a real bargain this time. A lot of times they used to have a lot more designer series paper, so the price was higher. But this time, it's not that there's nothing. There are some gorgeous papers, and I love them. So $40, email me at Peggy@prettypapercards.com, and I'll send you a registration and payment link on the 30th. That's the soonest I can take your money, because we can't keep money for very long. Otherwise, we'd have to pay interest or something. So we have to pay attention to that. And I also have ribbon shares for $25, which includes postage. You get all the new ribbons. Let me see. The ribbons, you get 20 yards for $25. Or you can get I Want It All, which is always what I want. I want it all, always. And that's only $65, and postage is included. You get all of it. So I bill you on April 30th. I buy it on May 6th when it goes live. I buy all the stuff. I package it up for you, and I hope to have it out ASAP, but I need a couple of weeks after it arrives, so it's several weeks. Let me see, 3 weeks would be the 27th. I'm looking at my calendar up there. But I'm hoping to get it out in 2 weeks if I can, but I love playing with it. Oh my gosh, it's all so beautiful. And then the In Color Club, which if you want all the new in colors, this is the way to go. Once a month, you get a wonderful package for 5 months, and every month is everything for the new for one of the colors. We're going to start with, of course, Pretty in Pink. You're going to get cardstock, stamp pad, ink refill, blends, Stampin' Up marker, designer series paper, and a full bolt of ribbon. So if you're interested in that, email me also, Peggy@prettypapercards.com. Okay, I think that's it. And new catalog, we can start ordering. Demonstrators have been able to pre-order select products, but everything is available starting May 6th. If you need a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like me to be your demonstrator, it's the same email, Peggy@prettypapercards.com, and I will send you one of these new catalogs. So, okay, you ready to go? All right, let's turn down. And we're going to see what we're going to make here today for our two projects. Okay, we are going to use this brand new online exclusive. So on May 6th, quite a few things are happening. But one of the things is the catalog goes live, and some new online exclusives go live, and they are beautiful. And one of the online exclusive bundles is called Sweet Jar, and it has this punch that punches the jar and the lid. And we saw such great demonstrations when we were in Raleigh, North Carolina at OnStage. Such great demonstrations of projects using the Sweet Jar. And I'm also going to use the Cute as a Bee designer series paper. Who is that that's saying hello? Rebecca, good to see you. I just had to take a little peek there. So what we're going to make today using this bundle, we're going to make 2 projects. We're going to make a little treat box. I'm going to show you how to make a cute little treat box. Roz just got this bundle. Okay, good. So this is the little treat box. It holds about 3 candy kisses, and it has kind of the same thing on the back, but I put a cute little bee on the front, and I'll show you that up close. I cut him out from the designer series paper, and I also made it out of 2 different other colors. I made it out of Pool Party and also just plain white to show you. And I'm going to show you how to, the white one I put this little squares of designer series paper just to give it a little more fun. And these I use the 1/8 inch velvet ribbon, Fresh Freesia, which is available. But for this one I used some Pool Party, I think it's Pool Party baker's twine that comes in a nice pastel set. Hello, Susan from Alberta, Canada. Good to see you. So this is the 3D project. And then for the card, we're going to make a cute little card that has a little flip up jar that opens like that. And I'm going to show you how to make that jar. It's kind of a simple card otherwise, but just focuses on the cute little pop-up jar. And then I even did some stuff on the inside that we're going to do today. So let's get started. Let's make our card first. And I'll show you how to make that little flip up jar. And you know what, I was actually thinking, once I get it made, I'll show you. I think it would actually really make cute little placemats, just the little jar itself. Okay, so we're going to go with a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white on top of a petal pink card base. And then we're going to add this piece from the Cute as a Bee Designer Series paper. This is 3 3/4 by 5. And on this one, we're going to put a strip of the Petunia Pop ribbon across the base of it before we glue it on. So we're going to do this first. And let me just trim this ribbon. I cut a piece a little bit too long, so let's just trim it right there. Okay, and I don't use the Stampin' Seal very often. I always use Plus when I do Stampin' Seal Plus, because in Southern California it tends to get dry, but I still don't feel that it holds tight enough for our weather, so I don't use it all that often. But in this particular case, I'm going to, and that is to just put this one little piece of ribbon across the back and adhere it. I'm just going to use a little bit of the Stampin' Seal Plus to adhere it there on the back, and then we'll go ahead and glue this piece down. But I want to try to get it, you know, even across there. It just adds a little oomph, you know. Isn't that just kind of cute? All right, now we can do our glue. I meant to get a new bottle of glue. I hope I have enough in here because I've been using a lot. Okay, so far so good, because we do need a bunch of glue for this. So we're just going to have our normal 1/4 inch. Each one of these sheets is a 1/4 inch smaller on each side than the previous one. It makes such a nice frame of the cardstock, and the Designer Series paper really looks nice. So we can just glue these two down, and then, whoops, you know what? I meant to cut this smaller. Okay, it's just going to go the same size then. I meant to cut that down. I had it this size before. So it's just going to go right on top of the white for this particular card. Sorry, that was a boo-boo. Okay, that's okay. We can deal with it. All right. Now what we're going to do is we are going to cut a couple of circles. And I wanted to remind you guys, if you're still thinking about free shipping and you haven't placed a free shipping order yet, I want to encourage you, if you do not have the Stylish Shapes dies, these are crucial for any craft room. I have 2 sets of these because I use them so much for all my card classes and stuff. And today I'm going to use the largest circle, and in a little while I'm going to use this this little die here. But the Stylish Shape dies, really, they are a must for every craft room. And I need a circle out of each of these papers. So I had some half sheets that I was going, so I'm just going to cut some pieces out here to run through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, and I am going to cut them one at a time because I really want the stitching to show through. And this fits, I like these dies, this being the largest. All of the Stylish Shape dies fit in the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which I like because I like the mini. The big one has its purposes, but the thing about the mini is it just sits on my desk. I don't have to really get up and go. I mean, I can put the big one on my desk, but I just like the mini. It's just so cute. Okay, so we'll cut the second one. Linda, you got this set at Christmas. It's just really, it's so great. It does so many things. Okay, so there are 2 circles, and we can just set this aside for a while. So now we'll put our circles. We're going to put this circle on the outside. We'll do the inside of the card in a bit, but we're going to go ahead and put this one on the outside. Right, equal from the top of the ribbon to the top of the paper, as much as we can get it. And that's going to be the background for our little jar. Okay, now we're ready to start with our jar. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to punch a jar out of and stamp out of this, and we need a jar out of white to go underneath it. So I'm going to use Memento Black ink, and here is my jar stamp. It's just that little outline of a jar. Okay, and so we need one of each. Okay, one. And it has these great little lines that make you think it's really glass. I love the way they did that. And then here's our second jar, right here. Okay. And let's get that punched out. What did I just do with my punch? Here it is. Okay. So the punch also punches the lid. I'm going to punch that separately though out of black cardstock. So I'm just going to do the actual jar to start. There's one jar. And here's the second jar. Just like that. Okay, so those are our 2 jars. Now, what we're going to do for the first jar is we're going to put a few little hearts on it, and you can see from the stamp set there's lots of fun things that are in this set. There are clovers or maybe daisies, I'm not sure, but I think it's a 4-leaf clover, jelly beans. This is, I haven't totally figured out how to use that yet. I played with it and I'm just not sure. It's the top of hearts, I think, but I'm puzzled on that. Hearts, more little hearts, candles fit in the jar with flames, very cute. And then maybe that goes on, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out about that. Okay, so we're gonna stamp some little hearts in, our main color today is Petunia Pop. I really like Petunia Pop, so we're just going to put a few little hearts right down here in the corner. There we go. Okay. And that's all we need to do on that. On the inside, on the inside I did the love stamp. We might as well do that while we're at it. We'll just stamp the love stamp on the inside. This one little word love, I think is just, I like all the words and sentiments in this set. There we go. Because let's look at the words. When you really look at them, it makes you see how versatile they are. Happy birthday, miss you bunches, a little treat for you, sending a little blank your way, sweetness, love, luck, and party. So they're really some good little words. I think I'm going to be able to pull these words out for a lot of different things. The jelly beans also make cookies with a stamp for the chips. Is that for chips, for chocolate chip cookies? Okay, I'll have to try that, Roz. I knew some of you guys would tell me. All right, now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to punch some of the lids. And I decided to do it out of black. We just need actually one lid this time. So there's our one lid. So what we're going to do is go ahead and glue this lid on the top with a little bit of all-purpose glue. Let me get, where are my glasses? Oh, here they are. Okay, let me get my glasses on so I can see better. Okay, so we're going to get this little lid on the petal pink one. And I'm using petal pink because it goes with the paper. This background paper, this has petal pink in it, so that's why I'm using petal pink. And a little glue came out there. I'm just going to do that. Okay, so now a little trick to this. I want to let that dry another second, and I'm going to get up my paper trimmer, and I'm going to get the scoring blade, and I want to wait just a second. That punched a little rough over there. Let me trim it. There we go. Maybe I didn't punch hard enough. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a score right below the lid so that it pops up and folds nicely. Just a little score. I didn't want to do it before I glued the lid on because then I wouldn't know exactly where the line would be. Okay, so now let's check. Oh, I don't know that that showed that much. Let me try it again. I want it to really, not so much show, but be able to really fold there. Okay, there we go. There we go. I don't know if you can see the line, but I want that paper to be able to fold there, just like that. Can you see that? See the black? So that little, so it acts like a little almost window or a little door that will pop open. Okay, so now what we can do is we can glue this part onto the top of the jar, the white jar. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue up there, and it should turn out just fine. Okay, now the key to this is to make sure the jars are even at the bottom and the sides. Pick it up, and just like that, and glue it up at the top. And that folded area of the petal pink is glued. So now our little jar opens up to say love. Isn't that cute? I think that's just so cute. I really like it. And this is what I was thinking. You could write someone's name on here and have these as little nameplates on their on a place setting. Oh, you also use the candles for pretzel rods instead. Okay, Roz, how clever. So here is our little jar that's going to pop up, and we're going to adhere that with some dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is put one in the center and two down at the bottom because I want this to really be adhered to the card when they lift up the little door. So we want to make sure that, I like the way dimensionals hold, and plus it pops this up. So we're going to put it just like that, right in the center. And then it says love. Now we need to make the sentiment for that, and thought I had a little piece here. Thought I had a little piece of white, but that's okay. We'll use this scrap from here, and the sentiment we're going to use is sending a little. Now I want to show you something with the stamp set. So sending a little blank your way, that was all one stamp. It was right in here, and this is the part that's your way. Whoops, that's not good. Goodness sakes, I put that right in my ink. Okay, crisis averted. So this little part that says your way was down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. It was adhered. Can you see those little, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can. There are those little things that stick up. It was adhered to the word sending a little, but I didn't want to stamp your way. So I cut that apart. I'm a little rebellious sometimes, don't tell anybody though. So I just cut that off and the stamp works fine. Separated, and then you can use it together if you want or separate if you want. So sending a little. There we go. Just make it do what you want it to do, right? It's your card. You are the creator. So now what I'm going to do is just try to get this straight. Not 100% sure, but I think it looks pretty straight. And if you wanted to use the paper trimmer, you could to get it just perfect. But I think that's pretty good. Sending a little, and then I'm just going to adhere this down with a little bit of glue. So it's an easy card. I just like the little door idea. So sending a little love. Isn't that cute? I thought it was so cute. Now I'm going to put an embellishment on in a minute, but first we're going to go ahead and do the inside because I wanted to make it a happy birthday card. So I've got this circle that we already cut using the stylish shaped dies, and this is paper from, again, the Cute as a Bee designer series paper. I'm going to try to get my hearts going the right direction, and then we're going to make a sentiment. We're going to use the sentiment that says happy birthday. It's a great happy birthday here. And let me get my die that I'm going to use to make sure I have enough. Okay, we've got plenty of room there. So I'm going to stamp this in Memento Black also. And I really like this happy birthday stamp. Again, I think this is one that we can use outside of this set. You can just use it for a lot of things. Okay, that got a little mark there. What happened? Try it again. Okay. Have to be quiet when I do it to concentrate. Okay, we got it perfect. I don't know what that little mark was. Alrighty. So now we can go ahead and get our little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And let's just trim this a bit. And we'll cut it with this stylish shaped die like this. I don't always play around with the inside of cards. I don't always do something with them, but this one, I don't know, I just wanted to, just kind of cried out for it. So go ahead. And I like this, I really like this die. Doesn't that make that happy birthday sentiment just look so much nicer when you cut it with that die? I just really like it. So we've got our circle on there, and then we're just going to glue, let's glue this right side of the happy birthday. Yep, that was the little boo-boo. We'll glue this right on, just like that. And then I'm also going to put a few little hearts down at the bottom here, just like that. So isn't that cute? Oh, now let me stamp the envelope, and then we'll do some, we'll put an embellishment on there. So I'm going to use these little hearts on the envelope also. And you can, these hearts are fun. Just put them all over the place. That's a fun little 3-heart stamp. You do, Cindy, you finish them all on the inside. Good for you. You girls are better than me. Mary Lou Valdez, good to see you. Now we're going to put one of these starburst sequins on our card. I really like these, and they're in, I'm not 100% sure if that's Fresh Freesia or Petunia Pop, this color right here, but I like it, and I thought it went pretty good with this card. So we'll just put one of those right up at the top there. We could put more, but I think the card is kind of busy enough. So there's our cute little card sending a little love. And then on the inside, happy birthday. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you. So there's the card. Now let's make the coordinating box. Okay, I don't always make 3D projects, but I just felt like I wanted to make a box with this little jar. So if you want to write the measurements down, they are this piece for the box. I'm using Petal Pink again because I wanted it to really coordinate with the card. So I'm using Petal Pink. So my nose is just running a bit today. We have so much in bloom here. Let me just take a little sip also of my soda. When we were out driving today, I saw mustard weed just in bloom over all the banks and everything. Louise from New York, good to see you. Okay, so to make the box, you need a 3 3/4 piece by 3 3/4 of square. And what we're going to do is score on all sides at 1 1/4. And I'm actually going to use the 1 1/4 over on the right side of the channel because I like it. It's kind of easy to see over there. So we're just going to score all 4 sides at 1 1/4. This makes just a little tiny box that you could use for anything. It's a 1 1/4 inch box. That's what it is. A little box. Okay, here we go. And that's that. Okay. Now we're just going to really burnish all of our score lines. Must be some little ink mark I got on there. I'm just getting ink in all different places today. I don't know why that is. Okay. So we have 9 little boxes. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut in on 2 sides right here. I'm going to cut in there and just do a tiny baby triangle, not much. Even if you don't do the triangle, your box will turn out just fine. But it helps it lie flat if you remember to do just a tiny little wedge in there. Okay, on that side, and then you turn it this way and do it on the other side. Just like that, and a little wedge. And just like this. And a tiny little wedge. Okay. Now we glue the box together. So what we do is we just glue it like this. Just put the 2 wedge sides together and the other one on top and glue the whole thing. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just putting a circle of glue. The only thing to watch for is try to get the top of your piece, of your little sections, your little squares, to match up here. You see how the wedge is down below? That just helps it fold with not too much bulk in there. And then you put the full one over top so nobody sees those wedges and everything just lies flat. Just like that. And there's one side of the box. And then you do your other 2 sides. Same way. And you can make this any size. You can increase the size to your heart's content. You can make a large square. Okay, and again, we want to try to get these tops to pretty much be even. That'll make our box come out nice and square, hopefully. And then put some more glue over here, like that. And put that side up. And there's our little box. Pretty quick, huh? Just like that. Jan, good to see you. Okay, so now all we need to do is decorate our box. We need to make our little jar front and our jar back. So here I just have a scrap of petal pink, and again, the reason I'm doing it in this color is so that it coordinates with our card. You could use any color. I was trying to use some colors that coordinated with the Cute as a Bee Designer Series paper, which is cute as a bee. And so we'll do this again because we need a front and a back of our jar to go on the front and the back of the box. And we're not stamping any words or anything on the jars this time, so we just need to punch these little guys out. I love punches, don't you? They're so easy. I'm so glad they made this with a punch. Love punch bundles. Okay, so there are our little jars, and while we're at it, let's go ahead and punch 2 black lids. I'm just going to slide that in just down there. I don't know if you can totally see it. There, you can see it better. So I'm just going to punch out 2 black lids. Okay. And we can just glue these right on top. Just a thin line of multi-purpose glue in there. And put the little lid right over it. I've been noticing if I look on the back, I can kind of tell if I'm getting my lid straight. It's easier to tell on the back than the front. I noticed that earlier today. Because who wants a crooked lid anyway? We don't want any crooked lids, do we? Okay, so here's that little lid. Whoops. And then again, I'm going to look at the back and try to get it all kind of evened up. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay. There we go. Okay, so there are our 2 jars. Now we're going to stamp a few more of those hearts on our jars to give some, just to give it some, well, because something needs to be inside the jar. You could stamp anything inside your jars, but I'm just putting little hearts in my jars just for fun. Okay. And then all we do is I'm choosing to glue these on the sides that were folded. Okay, so the sides that people would actually see, this side here is just the one plain side. It's not been the folded front or back of the box. Okay, so oops, take the lid off again. And I'm just going to glue my little jars right on the front and the back. And one thing I noticed, I want to get it down to cover the little corners of the box, here and here, but I want it pretty flat to the ground, you know, toward the base of the box. And then I've been looking on, again, checking the back to see if I get it even with kind of the same distance on the left and the same distance on the right. Now, 3D projects are not my thing. I don't do them very often. And so this is a pretty easy 3D project. And so let's look at the same thing on the other one. That looks pretty even on the left and right. Set it down, kind of flatten it down a little bit. That looks pretty good. So there's our little jar, and now we just need to dress it up a little bit. So I had some, well, I pre-cut some of these little bees from the Cute as a Bee Designer Series paper. I went ahead and just pre-cut some of these little guys. And they're not cut with a die or anything. I just sat around for a while and fussy cut them. And oh, here's my pool party. I'm pretty sure it's pool party baker's twine. It comes in a 3-pack, and I thought it doesn't exactly match his. Maybe it's boho blue or something. We've had this for a while. I mean, it's current, but I thought it was pool party, but it's a little slightly different shade, but that's okay. That's totally okay. So we just need to give it a little more, fun. So there's just a tiny bow. And let's pull the little loops in. And I'm going to adhere it right on the front of the box on the top of that little knob for the jar lid. So I'm going to use a mini glue dot here. There's a little mini glue dot. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there on the little knob. I kind of scrunched it up there. And then we're just going to set the bow on and press. And there it is. There's that cute little bow. I think it's kind of cute. Then I'll pull the little tails down, and then what we're going to do is, I think I'm going to use one dimensional here for the little bee. I just thought this little bee was so cute, and I'm going to put the dimensional on the front of his body, like behind his face, so it can stick right here on the jar, just like that. And then we can, then we can trim these little tails. Get off of there. Okay. So there's the little jar, and I have some candy kisses. It fits 3 candy kisses, or you could put a 4th if you put it standing up. And it kind of rocks too. It kind of has a little rocky. So there is the little jar, and here is the card, the little coordinating set. My hand is orange covering eyes. I don't know what that means, but anyway, there's the cute little set. So the prize for next week is this set. The only thing is I'll need to somehow, I don't know how I'll send the box. I might have to flatten it down to send it, but this will be the prize for next week if you put the word prize. And that's the cute little jar. It's called the stamp set. The bundle with the punch is called Sweet Jar. It will be available May 6th as an online exclusive. And if you would like to get it now, you can join Stampin' Up! And become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and get it like I did right now, if you don't want to wait. Okay, let's turn you up. So that was a fun project. I really like doing that. I like the way that little jar just pops up. So fun. Okay, so the prize for today is from Friday the 11th, because we didn't meet last week because it was Good Friday on Friday. And this is the card that we made on the 11th. I'll hold it up. A really sweet little card. And we did put something on the inside of that one too. Maybe I'm getting so that I'm doing insides. I don't know. So the winner of the card, who put the word prize, and then I assigned a number and I did the random number generator. And the winner of this card is Becky Schlossnagel. Congratulations, Becky. I will get this out. I have a whole bunch of them to send, and that's one of my jobs this weekend. It's on my list to do. I'm going to send out the cards that I haven't sent, the prizes that you guys have won. So congratulations to Becky Schlossnagel. And I'm so thankful that you watched. That's why I give the prizes, is because I love to reward you a little bit. Thank you so much for watching my live and enjoying it with me. And have a wonderful weekend. If you there's a few hours left of free shipping. Don't forget free shipping. My paper shares, my In Color Club. Email me, Peggy at prettypapercards